I got this car for 75% off and it was the best deal I ever made. We all know I like shopping for a deal, and I've gotten a lot of really good car deals in my life, but this right here, this Mustang GT that I got for 75% off is the best deal I've ever gotten in my entire life. I'm gonna tell you in this video exactly why. I bought this car almost 3 months ago now, and it took a long time to find the exact one that I wanted for the price I wanted. I had to actually look at a lot of different cars, negotiate the crap out of them, and I ended up getting this car. And when I say that I've literally beaten the living shit out of this car, that's not an exaggeration at all. So when I bought the car, it had a few issues. I had to put a little money in it to get it running.
Sure, it's been in like 8 accidents, and sure, it's got a brand used transmission because the old one blew up. And sure, the tires are mismatched, 275s on the front driver's side, 225s on the front passenger side, and the rears were mismatched as well. And sure, they don't have any tread left. And sure, the body panels have gaps.
But other than that, the amount of money I saved, I was already in the market for a car that was modified. I was gonna put things on the car. Well, it already came with a lot of stuff on it. So that means money that I don't have to spend or bug the crap out of sponsors to give me for free. These are parts that are already installed and a lot of time saved. So we got the Cook's headers, we got the Cobra Jet intake, we got this PMIS intake, we got the VMP throttle body. I mean, that's a lot of money right there. We got the tunes. I didn't have to buy the tunes. I hit up Lund because the car was already tuned, and they gave me a new tune for it. Not only did I get the car for 75% off, but I also got all the parts that I originally wanted for free. Now, of course, I had to, in a Backspeed Boys fashion, add some of my own touches to the car. So, of course, the first thing we did was get proper meaty tires. Tires shredded.
Damn, dude.
So that we can actually stay on the road and not crowd kill every 5 seconds. So we got the nice tires on the car. Luckily, it came with the performance pack wheels, so that's great. Then, next up, we got the Porsche GT2 seats that we put in the car. You want something to really grip you, especially when you're sliding around all the time. So these seats are amazing. They look cool. Of course, I had to put the GT350 steering wheel into the car. Of course, it came with a lot of carbon fiber trim. We added some Alcantara trim to the interior. Also, on top of the car being 75% off, I'm also paying $2 per gallon of gas. How am I doing that in the great state of California where gas is like $5, $6 a gallon? That's because this baby is tuned on 85.
So it's got some water.
Oh, you overfilled it. Nice. All right, just fill the gas tank up.
And luckily, they just opened up a new station right next to my house. So I could run the 85, pay a whole lot less for gas, get the extra added horsepower. It sounds too good to be true. So I've owned this car for almost 100 days now. And each one of those days is like a year for an average person, because one NOAA day is a day of pure death. We beat the living shit out of our cars. We drive them. Sports cars were meant to be driven, not just sitting rotting away in some kind of garage. This car passed the burnout test. It passed the donut test. It passed the drag strip test. We've taken it to the drag strip 3 times, and each and every single time this car is fun as hell. And I know you're wondering, oh, it must have like 500,000 miles. This thing has less than 80,000 miles. And now you're wondering, this is all too good to be true. What's going on? What's the catch?
Okay guys, on a quick side note, we have some new Backspeed Boys limited edition merch just uploaded to the store. Go ahead, pick some of this stuff up before it gets sold. It's selling like hotcakes right now. If you want more horsepower and you want to get more bitches, wear our merch. It's gonna be the best decision you've ever made. What do you mean you can't come? Tiffany, you said you're gonna be here at 3 o'clock to model the new bikini. Don't cry right now. I need you here to model this. We're gonna have to improvise. I don't like this.
This is too much.
So the secret to getting a Mustang for 75% off is to buy a salvage title one, and that's what this one had. It also has like 8 accidents on the record, and before you click away, I get it. It doesn't look great, but that's what this video is about. I mean, this is like a 100-day review. I've driven the car. I haven't had any problems. Ever since I put real good tires on the car, pretty much fixed all the problems. I do have a permanent check engine light, but that's because of the headers. So it is what it is. I've bought a lot of salvage title cars. You gotta be careful when you buy them. Make sure that, I stay away from flood damaged vehicles or vehicles with frame damage. But if it's just body hits, like I think the fenders were hit and they probably just hit people. So it didn't really damage the frame or anything. It just screwed up the bumper. So overall, not that bad. The transmission blew up originally, so it's not the original transmission, but this one's working fine for now. I mean, you go buy a brand new 2024 Mustang GT and you're looking at spending $50,000. Now, in my opinion, that's a waste of money because the moment you take it off the lot, you just lost all that value. Whereas if you go buy a salvage title car, then, you're pretty much buying it at the bottom price. You're getting it as low as it can go. It could only go up in value, really. It will be a lot harder to sell because it's salvage, but, for as little as I paid, I'm not going to get hurt. I wouldn't do this if you're trying to flip cars. It's not going to work. But if there's a car you actually want out there and you could inspect it yourself or have a mechanic inspect it, and it's got a salvage title, it might not be that bad. Our $800 Mustang was a salvage title car, and for $800, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. We drove that thing to Vegas and back. The starter did fall out on the way, but other than that,
it's never truly left us high and dry.
It never really. The shifter went limp, but for $800, what do you expect? But if you want to get a massive discount on a car and you see that it's a salvage title, the moral of the story is don't be scared to buy it. You should be, thoughtful and think maybe I should inspect the car and make sure it's good. 100-day review. Maybe I'll do another review when it's been 1 year. But so far, I love this car. It's a great car, and for as little as I spent, can't get hurt. Okay, quick update with the $100 Mercedes. I got a new license plate for it. I think it looks pretty cool. I know the car's just sitting not working, but we gotta take care of the priorities first. Actually, as far as the transmission goes, we have a transmission being sent out. So as soon as that gets here, I can plop it in the car and the car should be running. Although we do have another problem. We may have a blown head gasket. So I'll talk more about that in the next Mercedes video, which you're also gonna wanna stay tuned to watch. Okay, quick update on the overall channel. Obviously, we've got more builds than we could possibly handle at this moment. So what did I go out and do? I bought another car. And if you thought the Mustang was a good deal, I bought a V10 supercar for 95% off. And you must be wondering, what the hell? Like, this sounds terrible. This is probably the biggest financial mistake I've made in my entire life. It's going to be crazy. And we will find out in the next week. Sight unseen, I haven't even seen the car yet. Bought it from an auction. It's gonna be delivered here in a week, transferred over the money, dirt cheap, V10 power, and you will find out very soon.